There are 5 jackets that are dimming your elegance, hardening your image, and adding years without you even realizing it. And the worst part is that you probably have at least one of them in your closet right now. Today I'm going to tell you which ones they are, why they take away from your presence, and how to replace them so you can look more modern, more polished, and more you. Stay until the end, because the last one is the most common and the most treacherous. Jacket number 5, faded or ripped denim jackets. Queen, who hasn't owned a denim jacket? It's a piece that has been with us for decades since our youth and often reminds us of those days of freedom, rebellion, and carefree living. Denim jackets have been loyal allies for unpredictable weather, casual days, and even relaxed weekends. But like everything in life, there comes a time when it's important to ask ourselves if something we've worn with so much affection still truly represents us. Faded or ripped denim jackets are a strong symbol of youth and rebellion. In your 20s or 30s, those details can look current, even daring. But after 60, they can send a message that doesn't necessarily align with the elegance, wisdom, and maturity that now define you. What once looked carefree can now be read as careless. And you, gorgeous, are anything but careless. You have character, you have history, and your clothes should tell that story with pride. On top of that, these jackets are often made in very light or washed-out fabrics that aren't flattering to the face. Very light denim tends to harden your features and reduce brightness. They also don't always complement the body's shape, as they often have straight or overly youthful cuts. When we're talking about image after 60, everything matters. The color, the cut, the texture, even the smallest details. That's why, instead of ripped jackets, I suggest choosing a denim jacket in good condition, uniform in color, with firm structure and cleaner lines. Versions in light blue, dark blue, white, or black can be incredibly versatile, easy to mix and match, and elegant. These options help elongate your silhouette and give your outfit a more elevated feel without losing the comfort you love. They're still fresh, but with more presence. Here's one example. If you want to take your denim jacket look to the next level, pair it with a maxi dress in a dark color and a camel or light brown handbag for contrast. That way, you'll not only be playing with proportions, but also with layers, giving your outfit an extra touch of style. Dressing well at 60 and beyond isn't about looking younger. It's about proudly showing the woman you've become. A woman who knows what suits her, what represents her, and what gives her confidence. And if there's a piece that no longer does that, it's time to thank it for its service and let it go. And while you might think this is the most obvious one, the next often hides behind a much more modern design. But before that, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss tips and advice to elevate your elegance with grace. Jacket number 4, jackets with large logos and loud prints. Queen, I get it. Sometimes a jacket with a big logo or colorful print can seem fun, modern, even powerful. You try it on and think, this makes me stand out, right? But there's a difference between standing out and standing out for the wrong reasons. You don't need to compete with your clothes for attention. At this stage in life, you are the one who should shine, not the letters on your back. Jackets with oversized logos were a big trend for many years. Brands wanted to tell the world who you were, or rather, who they wanted you to be. But with the experience you have today, you no longer need a garment to speak louder than you. Oversized prints and excessive graphics can overwhelm your outfit and strip it of elegance. And most importantly, my love, they can hide your essence. These jackets are often made from low-quality, synthetic fabrics that don't drape well on the body, They wrinkle, they don't breathe, and they can feel uncomfortable to the touch. They can also distort your proportions, especially if the prints are poorly placed. Instead of helping you look sleek and confident, they can make you look like you're trying too hard to fit into a style that's not really you. Instead of jackets full of logos and busy prints, I invite you to look for pieces with elegant patterns like houndstooth, or if you want a modern or minimalist touch with a refined and sophisticated finish, go for Prince of Wales checks. Another option is something more classic, like tweed jackets, with elegant details such as metallic buttons, neatly finished visible seams, or subtle textures. A jacket or blazer with a texture or pattern like these can accompany you with quiet elegance. The key is to choose pieces that don't scream who you are, but rather walk alongside your way of moving, speaking, and looking, because your style doesn't need an introduction. You are already unforgettable. When you look in the mirror and recognize yourself without feeling like you're in costume or forcing a trend that doesn't suit you, that's true beauty, real, lasting, mature beauty, the beauty of a queen who doesn't need her clothes to steal the spotlight because she is already the center of attention. Are you enjoying these tips? Then don't miss my ebook, More Elegant Than Ever. It's a complete handbook to help you refresh your image. Link in the description. Jacket number 3, sequined and shiny jackets. Queen. We all have a bright side, a spark that never goes out. That light isn't seen, it's felt. And sometimes, when we want to stand out, we think that a jacket full of glitter or metallic shine will help us shine even more. But the truth is different. When a sequined or metallic jacket enters the scene, everything else fades into the background. Even you. Overly shiny jackets grab attention instantly, yes. But they can also make the face look more angular, highlight expression lines, and visually take away softness from the skin. On top of that, these materials are rarely comfortable. They're often stiff, noisy, and not breathable. And more often than not, they look artificial, as if you're going to a show, not living your day-to-day life with the dignity and simplicity you deserve. Instead of adding elegance, these garments can often project an overdone, exaggerated, or even infantilized style. Because elegance, my love, doesn't need to sparkle like a disco ball. True elegance is subtle, fluid, consistent, and you already have that. You don't need to look for it in a garment that, without you realizing it, might take away your natural charm. A much more harmonious choice is to opt for blazers in vibrant colors with clean cuts and good structure. Color, when chosen well, can brighten your face, lift your expression, and give you presence without the need for artificial shine. Some of the best blazer colors at this stage in life are those that offer elegance, presence, and freshness without loudness. Red, dusty pink, fuchsia, cobalt blue, green, lavender, yellow. For example, a simple red blazer over a white blouse and a pair of denim jeans can give you a modern and sophisticated look effortlessly. Or a blazer in a soft shade like sky blue paired with white pants creates an elegant, current, and luminous outfit without a single sequin. These tones bring elegance without excess, soften facial features, illuminate mature skin, and help project a modern and confident image. They're colors that accompany rather than compete. They balance the figure and radiate presence without relying on sparkle or flashiness. They work just as well for day as for night and combine easily with neutral pieces, always adding a refined and up-to-date feel. And the next jacket doesn't have any sparkle, but it does have a very subtle way of hardening your image. Jacket number 2, motorcycle-style leather jackets. Queen, there's no denying it. Motorcycle-style leather jackets have been a symbol of character, rebellion, and energy. And, of course, you're a woman with character, but also with style, sensitivity, and an inner world that deserves to be shown with elegance. The problem with these jackets isn't the leather itself, but the aggressive, overloaded design, full of zippers, buckles, large lapels, and sometimes even studs. These jackets literally harden your image. They have rigid cuts, heavy materials, and often emphasize the shoulders or torso too much, instead of complementing your figure. They can feel like they're fighting it, and that aggressive style, which maybe in your 30s gave you a certain energy, can now send a message you don't want. Rigidity, harshness, even coldness. And you, who have learned to walk with tenderness and strength at the same time, deserve a piece that reflects exactly that. They also tend to feel uncomfortable. They don't have the flexibility you need for an active day, to move your arms freely, to sit comfortably without feeling restricted. And let's not even talk about the noise those zippers make when you walk. They're not just seen, they're heard. And do you need to make noise to be noticed? Not at all. A better alternative is to look for leather jackets with softer cuts and simpler lines. For example, a leather jacket without excessive metal hardware. They give you a contemporary touch without sacrificing elegance. They're versatile, perfect for both day and night, and they don't overwhelm your figure. If you want to combine style with personality, I recommend shades like wine, camel, black, and brown. Deep tones enhance your complexion and bring warmth to your face. They're not only easier to pair, but also give you a softer, more elegant look with a natural drape and a texture that looks and feels sophisticated. But if you still like the silhouette of traditional leather jackets, choose one without metallic zippers, in more modern colors like cream, burgundy, ochre, camel, or even bold ones like yellow. Remember, fashion isn't about giving up what you love. It's about finding versions that represent you today. And if you love leather, keep it in your wardrobe, but in a way that embraces your new stage, not one that locks you into an image you no longer need. And if you thought zippers were the most dangerous, wait until you see what the wrong print can do. Jacket number 1, animal print jacket. We've reached the most debated of them all, Queen, the famous animal print. Some love it, others avoid it like a trap. The truth is, these jackets or coats have a strong, undeniable personality, but that isn't always a good thing, because a garment that shouts louder than you is not worthy of you. Leopard, snake, or zebra prints can seem bold, seductive, even daring, but after 60, a woman doesn't need boldness in her clothing to show confidence. You're no longer proving yourself to the world, you're expressing who you are. And these jackets can often push you toward a caricatured, exaggerated image that doesn't honor your authenticity. These prints also don't age well. What's trendy today can look outdated tomorrow. Worse yet, they can harden the face, cut the silhouette, and draw attention to areas you'd rather balance. What's perceived as daring can often translate to too much when there's no balance. And you, who have lived enough to know exactly what you want, don't need to fall into excess. If you love an exotic touch but want to look elegant with a third piece, my recommendation is to add a trench coat or long coat in a solid color, one that not only keeps you warm, but also brings that sophisticated, mysterious air that only a mature, experienced woman like you can carry. But if you're not ready to give up animal print completely, you can include it in your look through other garments, like pairing a black blazer with a leopard skirt, or in a scarf with a neutral jacket, or a blouse with a bold-toned third piece. Another thing that always works beautifully with coats is minimalist prints, softer, with calm textures that don't look too literal or overloaded. This keeps the style interesting without being obvious or overwhelming. And don't forget something important. The coat or jacket you choose, whether solid or patterned, should complement you, not eclipse you. If, when you look in the mirror, the first thing you notice is the print and not your expression, then that garment isn't adding to your look. Ideally, every piece you wear should enhance your essence, not compete with it. Sometimes a simple jacket in neutral tones with a great cut can say far more than the loudest garment in the closet. If you made it this far, drop a "elegance is my attitude" in the comments, so I know you're part of our community of women who shine from within. What you learned today is just the beginning. My ebook, More Elegant Than Ever, will show you how to dress for your body type, choose your best colors, and so much more. The link's in the description, and only the first ones to grab it will get all the exclusive content. Because you deserve to look like a queen.